Hey everyone, and welcome back. Time for another J-pop album review. So today we are going to be going through Amuro Namie's second solo studio album, Concentration 20. So I really wanted to do reviews right now about her earlier works because I don't hear a lot talked about them. And I'm really interested to see what you guys thought of them because these are albums nobody really mentions anymore. And so these are really what kind of got her started on her career other than her earlier work with Super Monkeys. And so this is just a totally different style from the Namie that we know later on right here before her retirement, being more in like a hip hop kind of scene and just the pop realm. So these are really interesting songs. So I had never listened to this album before, guys, until I purchased it. So I was pretty excited, same as my Sweet 19 Blues album. Yes, never listened to that one or this one before I bought it. So really excited. I was very curious to see what this was going to be like. So this album came out in '97, so the year after her Sweet 19 Blues album came out. So regardless, guys, I want to go ahead and get started talking about this album because I do have quite a bit to say. So let's get started. Track 1 is called Concentration 20, Make You Alright. And I really like this song. I think it's a really good opening track for this album because the instruments that they have used in this, it really does set the mood for the rest of this album very well. And you'll hear a lot of these instruments used throughout the tracks going through this album. And this was a very different song compared to her last album, Sweet 19 Blues, which was definitely more of a 90s vibe. And this still has elements of that, but this is more on like towards the rock sound and even starting to go into like the electronic and techno. Not quite techno, but just more like electronic sounds. And this is a very different sounding song for Namie, but I do still like it. It's like a heavier sound and a little bit darker. And the lyrics, I mean, I wasn't like shocked by the lyrics or overly impressed by them, but I do like this song and it does get stuck in your head. It's very catchy in the chorus, and she doesn't do as much of the actual like rapping like she did on her Sweet 19 Blues album. That one she had a lot more in her verses where she's just rapping, and like this one is more of her talking, not quite rapping. They still got a beat to it, but I do like the chorus here. Make you feel alright, so please stay with me. I just think it flows very well with it, and it's a good breakup from those verses where she's talking fast. And the instruments are just very interesting in this song. And you don't really ever get to hear her sing the song live a whole lot, but I do actually really like this, and so I was very pleased with it. So definitely no disappointments so far. Track 2 is called Be With You. But it says B and then it has like a W/Z, so be with you, something like that. I was kind of tricked by this intro here with these instruments. I was like, oh, okay, like are we about to go into like kind of like another rock song here? And I was really interested, but it ends up becoming a slower song. I don't want to say like a full-on ballad, but it kind of is. But I like the beginning part here. So it helps it move a little bit faster because of what they did here with the composition of the song. But I mean, the song, I mean, you kind of guess, Be With You. She's talking about being with this person. But this song, I don't dislike it, but I don't love it. It's a good one though. I typically don't skip past this one because it does get stuck in my head. I'll be with you, I'll be with you. I just don't wanna be alone when I'm with you. And so with it being stuck in my head, I do appreciate it a little bit more because usually if I can't get the song stuck in my head, it's not memorable for me in a sense. But this song does stand out in that it definitely, from the high note that we were at from the intro track, it brings us down a little bit. But in a way, I feel like it's good because the intro was kind of more of like a hardcore type of song for a Namie album, especially to open up with at that time. So it goes into this nice, smooth song, and which will lead us into the next song. 3 is called Close Your Eyes, Close to You. This song is very interesting. So in her Concentration 20 live tour, she opens up her tour singing the song. And the whole theme of that opening is like a fashion runway in a sense. And this is like the perfect song for that because literally when she's singing it and walking and everything, like the runway type of look, it is like a perfect runway song with like the beat that they had. Like, I don't know, it's just like the perfect song for like walking on a runway and look at me, look at me. I don't know, I think it just fits really well. So I do like this song, but parts of it are kind of odd to me, and it's not like a song that I just want to listen to, jam out to in my car. But I do like it. I don't typically skip past this, but it was very different for how here in the beginning verses, how when she starts off in the song, it's just her talking in a very, like, in a deeper voice, and kind of threw me off. But I do like the chorus parts. And I do like where it breaks down more after the choruses and we go towards the bridge. So the song is very good, but it's not one for me to listen to necessarily to just be like, yeah, pumped up, love this song. But watching this one live, I do love it. Track 4 is called Me Love Peace. Obviously, just by the title, we can already just know the English going on here and how that doesn't make sense. Me love peace. I love peace is what it should be. Regardless of that, the composition of this song, I really do like. It's got a great summer vibe to it, like a tropical Caribbean style, and I really do like that aspect of it because it's fantastic and it gets me really excited for that. The summer vibes makes me want to get like some kind of, I don't know, some tropical coconut drink or something and sit in a swimsuit, sun on me, makes me want to do that. And I do really like this song, but the chorus sounds so yelly. Like she's just on the verge of screaming there. It's not so much on the album because, I mean, it's recorded and it's they, you know, adjust it, but they choose the best of the best. But when she sings it live, she's just, and I just, it kind of hurts my throat watching her. But I really like this song. I just wish they could have, like, kept it a little, maybe just a titch lower, just so that her vocals could sound a little bit stronger. But then, of course, it bothers me on the parts where she's like, I want a piece or whatever, I want peace, you know. Regardless, I always wonder if she looks back at these songs, now that she's had, like, 2 studio albums, like, in full-on English. I assume Namie speaks English pretty well, right? Like, if she's singing full-on songs in English, I assume she speaks it to an extent. But I've never really, like, heard her just speaking English to anyone, so I don't know. Do you guys know? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know if she speaks English. But regardless, I always wonder, like, if she looks back and she's like, man, like, that English, like, that lyric is so wrong, like, the grammar on it's wrong. And I just wonder if they ever think that. Like, you would think with all these J-pop stars, like, when you have all this money and you're really pretty successful, especially in somewhere like Japan, like, that you would have somebody who speaks English well enough, especially in a big company like Avex at the time, to be able to review the song lyrics to be like, oh, this is not the correct grammar. Or I don't know if they do that on purpose because maybe the Japanese public likes that because, you know, for them, most of them don't fully speak English. So to them, it makes it more simplified to make it make sense. I don't know. Maybe you guys know. I don't know. That's just a thought. Anyways, I do really like this song. 5 is called No Communication. And this is like another kind of like upbeat song. The intro kind of like threw me off a little bit. I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this song. It just such like a, I don't know, reminds me of like Seinfeld or something, like just another 90s intro song. But it does pick up better to where it's got a good sunshine vibe to it, just happiness. And this song, I feel like, is more so her talking about her experience in a relationship with this person and how there was no communication between them. And now she's moving on without them. And it's okay not to have that communication. And so she's going to communicate with herself in a sense. That's kind of what I got from it. But I do like this song, and I love the live of it. It's so cute. And I like the breakdown where it's no communication. Do communicate. So this is a really fun, upbeat song. I do appreciate this one a lot. I kind of wish that she would have sung it again later, just because I think, I don't know, it could have been fun and cute. So I always wish J-pop artists would sing some of their older albums, songs a little bit more than they typically do. But I understand that they need to advertise for their newer songs. So anyways, guys, moving on. Track 6 is A Walk in the Park. And you all know this song. It is a Namie classic. She sings it, I guess not like a ton, not like Don't Want to Cry or Chase the Chance, that kind of thing. But it's still a very well-known one. This was one of the singles that came out before this album was released. And I do really like this song. I think it is fantastic and it is very well composed. I love the instruments of this song. I don't know, I really like that. But the name A Walk in the Park, like, isn't the most, I don't know, like, cool or memorable name. Like, I wish it was kind of named something different. But I mean, in the song, you know, she's talking about how it's different to walk in a park or in general anywhere alone versus when you're with someone. Like, the feelings are different. And I do like her vocals in the song, the whoa, 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 whoa. They're very strong, and the beat is just so catchy, especially when she starts speaking faster in the first initial verses of the song. And the chorus, I love the chorus of this. But, and I mean, I guess it does work. Oh, walk in the park. So, I mean, it works, but I don't know. Sometimes it just bothers me where I'm like, I wish this was like named something a little bit cooler. Just not to be like, what's your song called? Oh, A Walk in the Park. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't, it's not like an eye-catching song to be like, okay, a song called A Walk in the Park. So, very good song. If you have not heard this song, you need to go listen to it. I will say one of my favorite things about this song is, like, at her 20th anniversary and in her Finally tour, I think it is so adorable how they show, you know, on the screen from her original Concentration 20 tour when she sang the song live in that one. And she literally, like, runs the exact same side of the stage, does the same hair flips on the screen as her old self back in the 90s. Like, I think it's so cute and it's so nostalgic and everybody loves it. They're all like, ah, screaming and crying, and it's just it's so cute because Namie, she is adorable. You have to admit, she is a very adorable person. So anyways, guys, fantastic song. Track 7 is called Today. This song is probably like the only song on this whole album that I just really don't care for. It's just there. I typically skip past this one almost all the time. It just, nothing about it stands out to me. There's nothing catchy about it. It's not really a memorable song. It's just very like slow. I don't want to say it's full on mid-tempo. I guess it goes a little faster, but I don't know. It's just nothing about this like makes me like really excited to listen to it. And I mean, she's talking about being lonely, which, I mean, we've all been lonely at some point, but I can kind of understand why she didn't sing this song in her live tour, because it's not like the most interesting song, but I still wish she had sung it because I might appreciate it more, because there are a lot of songs that I don't necessarily like until I see them sing it live and I see an actual performance with it, because then I'm like, oh, like I can sense a different meaning from this by seeing the actions of what they did on stage. And I feel like this one kind of reminds me of, from her Sweet 19 Blues album, I Was a Fool a little bit. Like, I don't know, I feel like she could have done some kind of thing about that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Anyways, let's move on. I don't have much to say about this song. Track 8 is called Storm. I really like this song. I know I've heard like some flack about this song, like where people just don't like it. They're just like, so weird. But I really like this song. I think it's really unique and stands out, and I love the instruments they use. And I feel like it's just a more hard-hitting kind of sound. And I like the beginning, the verses that she sings, and how fast her rap is. It reminds me of Sweet 19 Blues, like right here. Like it just, she flows so well, and it just really works. And I mean, she's talking about more of like the storm of emotions that she has from this person and the fight that's like happening in her own heart from it. But the chorus, I really like that too, and it gets stuck in my head too. Storm, da 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 da. And I like the one part, and this, I believe it's the second verse, where she's like, do 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 do, and it's high pitched. But yes, this chorus, storm, da 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 I don't know, I just feel like it's like a power song, and I really like it. And it just, I don't know, something about it stands out to me. I think it's unique. I haven't ever heard another song that sounds like this. So really good song in my opinion. I think you should give this one another try if you haven't liked it in the past and just try to listen to it. I don't know, maybe you'll like it more. I do like the mix here of adding the piano, and I just felt like that added another unique element to this song. So really good work on this. Track 9 is Whisper. Guys, I love this song. I think this is probably my favorite song on this entire album. I think it's just because of like the rock kind of element and the electronic sound mixed in. And it starts off just so like unique here with these kind of like ethereal sounds. And then we start bringing the guitar in. And I love the live performance of the song. I was so pleased, guys, that she finally sang this song again years later in her Lifestyle 2014 tour. But I love this. Makes me happy. La, la. It just, there's something about this song is just so unique, stands out. This is the type of music that I really like. It's more loud, it's in your face. This is a good power song. And it's so different for Namie. And so this song really shocked me when I listened to this album the first time. I was like, what is this? Like, this is Namie? Like, what in the world is this? I love this. This is so unique. And so this one really stands out to me on this album. I think it's such a strong track. The composition is fantastic. The lyrics are really good for this song. And her vocals sound fantastic. And they just mesh to create this beautiful sound. So, guys, please listen to this song if you haven't. I promise you it's really good. Track 10 is called Can You Celebrate? And again, guys, another massive Namie classic. So just when you thought she couldn't outbeat her song, Sweet 19 Blues, she comes out right there with another new ballad, Can You Celebrate? And Sweet 19 Blues, don't get me wrong, like I feel like that is a fantastic and incredible track. Like it's such a beautiful song. But Can You Celebrate is also on that same exact level. Like I can't really pick which one I like more because they're both unique in their message in a different way, and I feel like it keeps them very level. But the fact that she has two songs like on her first two albums that are like ballads nonetheless, that are so memorable and strong, because this song was the best-selling ballad by like a solo female artist in Japan, like in the history of Japan, for several years, until I think Hamasaki Ayumi outbeat her with something else. I can't remember, or somebody else. I don't remember. But I know that this song, like, this is a huge deal. And people know this song. Like, this is such a memorable song for them. And this song, like, the composition with the simplicity of the piano, and obviously they add more instruments as they go, but it creates such power and emotion in this song. And it's almost got like that, kind of like a gospel church sound again, bringing in her backup singers. And I like this here. And just the vocals, the message of it's so cute, just talking about, like, again, kind of like Sweet 19 Blues, like the ups and downs of life, and you just never know what you're going to get, kind of a thing. But you have to be able to celebrate, you have to move on, and you will find someone to be with you to get through it all at some point. And you always do have people with you. And I love how when she sings this song live, especially at the very end of the song, like she'll always stop, she'll go, I can celebrate, and she'll like say, but she'll always pause, and then everybody's just screaming, and then she'll just smile and kind of laugh, and then she'll say celebrate. But this is a very beautiful song, and you can just sense emotion coming from it, and it's such a beautiful like mix, like, of everything. But again, we have some bad English in this, and it's a party time tonight, or obviously, Can You Celebrate? You know, we will love long, long time. So again, I always wonder if she looks back, because it's such a major song in her discography. Like, everyone knows this song if they know Namie. And I always wonder if she still looks back on this one like, man, I should have added like an A. I will love you a long, long time. So I don't know, maybe that's just me, but this is such a beautiful song, guys. Really love this one. Track 11 is called I Know. And it's got like ... at the end. And this is like the first and only kind of interlude track on this album. So Sweet 19 Blues, we had a lot of intros and interludes and like the outros, but it made sense because Sweet 19 Blues, you know, they had 19 tracks for Sweet 19, and so they had 19 tracks on there. On this one, there are only 12 tracks, but they only did one interlude, which I felt like worked for this album still, because this one didn't really need an intro, in my opinion, because the first initial song, Concentration 20, did a really good job of that, just with bringing in the instruments that you hear throughout this album. But this song, I think it's good for the sense that, I mean, our last track was literally the ballad, Can You Celebrate? And so now we're going to go into, we have one more song left on this album, so it brings up the pace for the next song to where it's not so, you know, humdrum and down. But the song is kind of annoying to me. I can listen to it sometimes, but you know, it's not like there's any lyrics in it, but you just hear like this constant sound, and I don't know, it starts getting on my nerves after a while. So I mean, it's okay. I thought it was a full-on song when I first listened to this album because it's like a 3 or 4 minute song, like interlude, but then I was like, there are no lyrics in this. Like, it's literally just like 3 minutes of instruments. And so I thought that was a little weird. I felt like I would have rather her added lyrics to this for it to be so long, because it's not really an interlude then. Like, it's just a big instrumental track, and it doesn't really add anything to this album, in my opinion. So it would have been better as a shorter interlude just to get ready to go into the last track. Track 12 is called How to Be a Girl. And this was another one of her singles that came out before the album fully released. And I really did not like this song the first time I ever heard it. It just seemed like it was kind of all over the place, and I wasn't really sure what I was listening to. Like, I just felt like vocals were here and there, and I didn't know what was happening. But I really like this song now. I think it's really catchy, and she's just talking about all the things that she doesn't know. Like, she doesn't know how to do this, you know, be all these things, but she wants to find someone that'll be with her, and she doesn't want to lose this person, even if she doesn't know how to do that or be like this. And I think that's something that all of us can relate to, especially when we were younger. Like, you're trying to figure out who you are and how to do anything. You're like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. Like, I hope somebody still likes me. I still don't, you know, and even now, like later on in life, I still don't know how to do a lot of things. But, you know, thankfully I have somebody that still likes me. But yeah, it was these intro lyrics here that was just, I don't know how to, and I was just like, okay. And then it just went into the right here. And it was a weird transition of her vocals to me that I was just like, what am I listening to? But the more I listened to it, the more I really warmed up to the song. And now I love it, like right here. And I do like the music video for this song because I feel like it's such a unique music video for Namie. Like, I feel like she's giving this attitude, especially when in her younger years. Like, it's her first time kind of giving you more attitude and sass in it. And her hair is so big, but it's still beautiful. And so I thought this was still a really good song. Not my absolute favorite on here, but it's still really, really good. Those are my thoughts on Amuro Namie's Concentration 20 album. I do think that they named this Concentration 20 because obviously her last album was Sweet 19 Blues. She was leaving her 19th year, turning 20, and now she is 20 in 97 with the release of this album. So concentrating on moving forward onto her 20s. So that might just be me and my personal opinion, but I think that that's kind of more or less what they were trying to do. So I will show you guys the album. So this is the cover here. And this is the back of it. So she's got this like dress and crazy huge shoes on right there. Let me take this out for you. Also, this is the CD. It was kind of surprised me that it was just like this bright like fuchsia in here because it's so silver and dark and white and stuff on the outside. There's nothing special there. It's just gray. And yeah, so here is the cover again, trying to keep the glare off. So you've got like this pattern of like some dots meshing in over there. I'm not really sure what she is holding on to, or she's just like, if there's something behind this like glitter stream. I don't know. But I still think she looks beautiful here. I like this going down here from her face. And so then we've got her putting on some big old boots. And then another one here. And then that one, you could just see like the corner of her there. You got the track list on the other page. So some really pretty pictures of her. I noticed that they didn't really put too much makeup on her for this photo shoot for this one like they did on the Sweet 19 Blues. It's a much more natural look of her, but I think she's got like some freaky contacts in, or either they just did like some special effects after the fact, after the photo shoot was over. So just some lyrics here on this page, lyrics. Here's some more pictures. I thought it was just interesting photos though. Like I don't know, I don't love it and I don't hate the photo shoot. I just feel like it's not the concept that I would have picked for it, but in a sense, I guess with it having kind of like different electronic kind of sounds, that it's kind of a more modern for the time kind of a photo shoot. And there's the back of that outfit with the dress and her hair. I wish they had a better up close where it wasn't so dark so that I could actually see like what they did to her hair, because I can't really tell. Like I'm assuming she's got some kind of wrap or something up here and then the things are dangling down, but I can't really tell. But regardless, guys, those are my thoughts. I thought that this album really as a whole for a second album from her was really good. It had a lot of memorable tracks on it. Again, some of her most classic and well-known ones are on here. So if you haven't ever listened to Concentration 20, I would definitely recommend it to you. Now, I don't know if I like Sweet 19 Blues more than Concentration 20 because they're both very unique in what they have to offer. And there's definitely lots more like of Namie's classics on her Sweet 19 Blues than Concentration 20. But there's some really new gems that I loved on Concentration 20, so it's really hard for me to pick. So I will list what my top favorite tracks are below if you guys want to see what those are. If you have listened to this album, please let me know what you guys thought and what are some of your favorite songs from this album. Also, let me know if you have any other reviews that you would like for me to get to so I can keep adding them onto my list for future reviews. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon in another review.